In my previous video, we went over Anaxa and his strongest team, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But in this video, we're going to go over his weakest team. And I have to say weakest team with air quotes because it's not really his weakest team, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Before we jump into that though, let me go ahead and do something that, you know, it's the spirit of the month. It's not really the spirit of the month. Just do a free temple, right? Get temple, yay. I didn't get what I was looking for. That's a little unfortunate. That's a lot of unfortunate because if I don't get this character, I'm not spending money anymore. Let's just try it again, right? Maybe there's hope. You know, the anniversary gave me this 1600. Kafka sent me a DM and she was like, yo, take this money. I'm like, oh, thank you, baby. I love you, right? Do it again. Temple. Okay, wait. Get temple. Come on, yo, run it up. Kafka might have been the secret sauce. The 1600 from Kafka might have been the secret sauce. Okay, now we just gotta hope this silver doesn't hack me. Silver, I'm not cheating on you, I swear. You know I got an E2. All right, like it's coming home. They're gonna buff you up and you're gonna be the strongest character in the game. Let's just start the video, man. Let's just play with his weakest team, bro. What the fuck? Despite my unfortunate Bronya losing of the 50-50, which definitely ruined my mood. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like super sour about that, right? Seeing the early 50-50, I'm like, oh my God, yes, and then not, yeah, anyway. So there's a game coming out that's not gonna do that to me, but it is what it is. Despite that fact, let's talk about the weakest team versus anything else really. In the previous video, I showed you guys the quote unquote like free to play option or something closer to the free to play option that you might have available to you, which was going to be the Herta, it's going to be Anaxa, it's going to be Pela, and then it's going to be Luocha. And yes, Luocha and Ron May at this point, technically, not even technically, they count as free to play from this point forward. You have the option to get them for free using a golden ball ticket. Whatever you decide to do with that is completely up to you. But as a player, new or old, yes, you have the option to get them for free now. I'm going to include them in my free to play ramblings from this point forward. Moving forward, comparing that team to the strongest team was a little different. Now, I like Pela, I like the defense shred, and I like the fact that everybody gets hit with the defense shred. But Luocha felt a little useless on that team. Now, mind you, this was during the trial version, so I had to go and test this out outside of the trial version, and I still feel the same way. Luocha just feels unneeded. It's not that he's weak, it's not that he's bad. What I mean by unneeded, or rather what I'm saying, is that it feels like that team might be so adept at playing off of each other that you could use a harmony unit in place of Luocha. And if you just brute force your way to just stomping over everything, I kind of feel like you just win altogether, right? Maybe use Robin to increase everyone's attack, advance everybody forward. Maybe use Tribby with a DDD and like give her Eagle set DDD. So she's giving you dance a lot. Like there's a lot of different options you could do to get away with the fact that Anaxa is attacking twice, Herta is attacking twice, Tribby is advancing everyone forward. Pela, if you're using Windset, if not, even if you're not using Windset, she builds her ultimate just as fast as Anaxa. So everyone is actively attacking at the same time, or rather back to back. It creates an onslaught of attacks. I don't know. It's just a me thing, right? So maybe that doesn't work. Who knows? But it worked for me. Anyhow, the weakest team isn't, like I said, it's not a team that's specifically the weakest team, but we're using way more free to play options here. I'm talking Anaxa, I'm talking RMC, we have Ting Yun, and we have Gallagher. So the damage performance and the difference overall is going to be a drastic change. Ting Yun is working as a battery that, to be fair, you don't really need when it comes to Anaxa. However, being the fact that he is the only DPS character on this particular team, battering up his ultimate so that he can do his ultimate immediately and then do his skill works in his favor. Now, for my testing, I didn't change the Eagle set, and I probably should have changed it from Eagle set. I'm not entirely too sure, based off like how Ting Yun was operating and giving him as much energy as he had, because this essentially wasted opportunities with Anaxa. Another thing that I was trying to figure out during the play, which you guys can see here in a moment, was me trying to figure out like, when do I use the ultimate for Anaxa? And then RMC also has advanced forward. Ting Yun has DDD. There was a lot of times where I'm thinking, do I even need DDD on Ting Yun? Would it be easier if I gave Ting Yun a different light cone, maybe somebody's signature light cone, in order to help out with Anaxa getting more damage, or some form of like defense shred, anything like that? And I also had to take off Anaxa's light cone. Why? Because super free to play friendly. But to be fair, this is where I learned that Anaxa's light cone and the free to play light cone, I think it's still currently in the event. I don't know, I already got mine, but Cosmic something. That light cone is almost a 1-to-1. Like, and I don't mean 1-to-1 and like, oh, if you're doing 100% damage here, then the free to play gives you another. No, it's like so minuscule of a difference in terms of what you're doing that the only reason you would pull that signature light cone is because you want it. and that's it. The defense shred is nice, don't get me wrong, but it's at a point where like you're already gonna take something out anyway, right? Like if you're already hypothetically doing a 0 cycle, then the free to play or signature isn't gonna stop you from doing the 0 cycle. If you're doing a 1 cycle, then the free to play or signature isn't gonna make the 1 cycle a 0. Like it's not such a big difference. Like a lot of light cones do that, where they're huge cycle differences, but in this particular case, that's not what's happening. And so while playing this team, most of the time I'm making mistakes. I feel like this team was one of those teams where, again, if I'm free to play, I have to optimize a lot, and it's not even a bad optimization. It's an optimization because there's so much freedom that I have in what I'm looking for. I have 3 different ways to advance forward on the team. King Yoon with Dance 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 plus the speed boost. RMC is going to be able to drag me up thanks to the memo sprite ability. And then Anaxa having not only, actually this is 4 ways now that I say this out loud. Anaxa has his own eagle set that's bringing him forward, and he technically has give me free skill right after I use another skill, right? So 2 turns within the same action. Not really an advance forward, but same effect, so I'm gonna give it that. And then if you want, Gallagher gives himself the advance forward too with his ultimate, but I mean that it's Gallagher, right? Like I'm not really counting Gallagher in this particular DPS showcase, you know what I'm saying? If I weren't pulling everything on the board, which to be fair, I'm technically not doing that with my account anymore, this team would work. I like this team. It's not the fastest team. I think I got maybe like a 2 or a 3 cycle. I don't specifically remember what it was. The team performs well. Now, mind you, I have all these other characters that I can play with this particular team, but I'm trying to showcase like at its lowest performance, what would it be? Also, something else that I should probably mention is the fact that Anaxa is the only erudition character on this team. So he's not actually giving anyone a 50% damage boost, which to be fair, they don't need it, but it did change my build a little bit, or rather I should have changed more of my build. The current build that I'm running with this particular Anaxa is still eagle set, but I'm still running my attack orb instead of a wind damage orb to make up for the damage that I'll be losing with the 50% damage not being there from his passive. And so had I done that, maybe that would have helped like slightly, right? Ting Yun's giving you an attack boost, so maybe it makes up for it, but it's all like playing around with what your team is doing, right? Everyone makes mistakes, not everybody's account is perfect, and I feel like this was a perfect representation of a more average player's perspective, where like you're not gonna have the perfect stats, you're not gonna have the perfect relics, you're not gonna have any of this stuff where the signature light cone is here. You might have 1 sig light cone, or you might just be starting out, right? Anaxa might have been the character that pulls you into the game, who knows? But this is a really good representation of the floor. Yeah, that's a really good way to say that, the floor. This is Anaxa's floor, okay? The very bottom of where he could perform the best, this is where that is. And anything that you add or start to optimize or tinker with on this team just increases towards the ceiling, yeah? And so if the Hertz and the Anaxa, the strongest team that we showed you in the previous video, if that's the strongest, like that's the highest ceiling, right? And this is the floor. You got so much room to grow, not including any new characters coming out, new light cones, new relic sets, new planar ornaments, anything like that. There's a lot of room for this particular team to grow, or rather this particular character to grow. That's a good thing. So if you were looking at this, if you're looking at Anaxa and you're like, oh man, do I pick Anaxa? Do I not get Anaxa? Blah, 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 blah. This is a really good character to pick up if you are looking for the versatility that 3.0 DPSs have been bringing to the table as of late. Just like I mentioned in the previous video, we're talking about it here too. Asterisk, a really good character, very versatile in what you're able to do, and lets you think about your plays a little bit more. Do I burn out all of my dragon here? Do I not burn dragon? Do I use 2 dragons or 1 dragon? Do I need skill here? Do I AV? Do I want AV? Like a lot of things go into the caster's gameplay, but she has a low barrier to entry, right? The floor, very low, really good. This is good for characters. Low entry is good in a game like Star Rail. Anaxa, same thing. And also something that's really cool about Anaxa that I kind of want to try out. I'm just going to tell Moon to do it. I'm not going to do it. I want her to play Boot Hill and Anaxa. I think that'd be really cool. I want to see it happen. I know she could do it because she can literally hit me in the room right now. So she kind of has no choice. Despite that, she just said, what? Thank me. I gave you guys a video that she's gonna be putting up. All right, you guys are gonna get that. Don't even sweat it, bro. You know, EO's got your back. So ultimately, I think I'm satisfied with Anaxa, and I like the new concept that I have with testing out these characters, testing them at their weakest and then their strongest, because it really gives me a good example of like what somebody would have. The perspective of not really in the middle, which normally I'm in the middle, but the perspective of this is their peak and down here makes me feel like they're pushing things well. Like I said in the previous video, I'm trying not to repeat it, but a good direction, right? It feels closer to what an RPG or a cast of characters should be or should represent. Nothing is too overpowered. Nothing feels like it's a must pull. Nothing feels like, hey, if you don't have 1, 2, 3, then you can't use one. Anaxa is not the type of character where, as I'm demonstrating now, if I don't have the Herta, I can't use Anaxa. If I don't have Tribi, I can't use Anaxa. If I don't have Lingsha, I can, right? Like, it's his variety and what he can use is a lot. I mean, if I were to go through the entire roster, he could probably use the entire board. There might be like 3 characters that Anaxa just doesn't play nice with, right? But his ability to implant the weaknesses, which he's not really a silver because he doesn't have the defense shred and the all type res that she brings to the table, but he does provide the weakness implant. So it guarantees whatever DPS character you're playing is going to be boom. It's imaginary. I'm going to hit you with imaginary. Then he also is very SP positive. Like the fact that he can basic attack, still get a free skill, and it does good damage. He gets his ultimate very quickly. There are builds or varieties that increase your ultimate. You can play with ERR rope or attack rope. You can play with Sig and attack rope. You can play with the cosmic power light cone and any rope you want. Like, he's cool. It's another good character. That's 2 for 2 so far. Technically, Tribi was 1 too. I just didn't think about Tribi in that way because she's a Harmony unit. Like, Harmony unit's kind of busted. This is 3 for 3 right now. No. Aglaya. Aglaya's more for me. Aglaya's more for me. I won't say Aglaya is one of the characters for everybody. She's more of a niche character for sure, but super powerful tier 0 type stuff, right? Type shit. Anyway, Tharo's 3 for 3 right now on characters that are very good as a character. Like just the character, don't require a lot. Very, very easy to build, free to play, friendly, whatever. This is a good sign. I like this. Make more of this. Now we got to work on the game. If you guys want to help me recover from my magical 50-50 loss, just super chat your boy like 140, right? 150. You know what? I'll even make up for it. I'll make up for the difference. Just super chat your boy 99.99. All right. And then I'll go ahead and pull Anaxa. No light cone. It is what it is. Jokes aside, I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Smell you later.